This profile covers Alexandr Wang, founder of Scale AI, the data labeling and model evaluation layer behind modern large language models. MIT dropout at 19, the youngest self-made billionaire narrative in 2021, contracts with OpenAI and U.S. defense agencies, and in 2025 a move to Meta as chief AI officer leading superintelligence labs. Wang represents the invisible layer of the AI stack. GPUs get headlines, but models are blind without clean data. Education only, not investment advice. Wang grew up in Los Alamos, a physics-heavy environment where hard problems feel normal. At MIT studying computer science, he interned at Quora and Hudson River Trading, mixing product and quantitative thinking. He dropped out at 19 to co-found Scale with Lucy Guo in 2016 through Y Combinator. The first insight was simple: every AI team needs labeled data, and manual labeling is slow and error-prone. They built an API-first company using contractor networks and quality systems to automate the data pipeline. The lesson: boring infrastructure problems can become unicorns when timing aligns with an AI wave. Scale's core product is the data engine, annotating images for autonomous driving, classifying text, and RLHF feedback where humans rank model outputs for alignment. Systems like ChatGPT depend on this human feedback loop. Scale bet early that it would be recurring enterprise spend, not a one-off project. Model evaluation and red teaming followed. The Pentagon and Fortune 500 want LLMs tested before deployment. The moat is quality control, tooling, and security clearances, not just cheap labor. Critics say margins may compress as models semi-automate labeling. Bulls say the evaluation TAM is expanding. The customer list defines Wang's story: frontier labs like OpenAI where Scale supplies training and evaluation pipelines, the U.S. Department of Defense where LLM safety is tested for military planning contexts, and hyperscalers like Meta, Microsoft, and Google that need human feedback for enterprise AI products. The paradox: Scale serves everyone competing in the AI race. Vendor neutrality is both an asset and a conflict risk. The defense angle is controversial. AI ethics groups question data for autonomous systems. Wang argues rigorous testing improves safety. For investors, customer concentration and geopolitics are real risks. In 2021, Scale's valuation touched roughly $7.3 billion. Wang's stake was around 15%, making him the world's youngest self-made billionaire at age 24 in global headlines. Funding came from Excel, Founders Fund, and Tiger Global. The AI infrastructure narrative was strong even before chatbots, but ChatGPT exploded the TAM. Forbes estimated net worth at $3.6 billion by April 2025, numbers based on private marks, not audited public financials. Retail investors can't get direct exposure until an IPO. This story shows private market AI wealth concentration. Founders and late-stage funds gain while the public mostly plays indirectly through Nvidia and Microsoft. The biggest 2025 plot twist: Meta made a massive reported investment in Scale, and Wang joined the company as chief AI officer leading Meta Superintelligence Labs in June. Meta cited Scale growing to a nearly $29 billion valuation era, involved in developing most leading industry models. Lucy Guo and the team continued operating Scale. Wang went from founder to big tech executive. Strategically, this is a customer-investor-employer triangle. Antitrust watchers are curious as Meta rivals Google and OpenAI. Bulls say Wang will accelerate Llama and Meta's AI stack. The lesson: infrastructure founders don't only exit via IPO, strategic absorption happens in an AI arms race. Wang's operating philosophy is speed and talent density. Scale's early team stacked MIT engineers with aggressive hiring and an API-first product so teams like OpenAI could integrate quickly. Amazon veteran Jeff Wilke advised, ops discipline for enterprise contracts. In public interviews he discusses category creation. Data infrastructure isn't as sexy as Nvidia but is equally critical. Picks and shovels logic: model architectures will churn, but trusted data pipelines compound across model generations. Copy the focus on unsexy bottlenecks. Don't copy defense contracts without understanding reputational cost. Honest mistakes and risks: customer concentration. When a few frontier labs drive most revenue, one budget cut can hurt. Synthetic data and model-assisted labeling may compress margins long-term. Scale is pivoting to evaluation but execution risk remains. Defense contracts bring geopolitical scrutiny, criticism from employees and customers on both sides. Co-founder dynamics: Lucy Guo moved to separate roles historically. Founder transitions will be tested by the Meta move. Private valuations can revise when rates rise or AI capex slows. Paper billionaire wealth is volatile. On Controversies, AI ethics groups question military LLM evaluation even when framed as safety testing. The global contractor workforce providing labels, investigative reports industry-wide, scale included, on wages, consent, and content moderation trauma. On the Meta deal, antitrust and conflict questions, does scale become a Meta-favored vendor? OpenAI and Google customers may get nervous. Wang publicly defends rigorous testing, critics say profit motives bias defense work. For investors, ESG and regulatory risk is now a real line item even in data infrastructure. Practical lessons: in an AI gold rush, picks and shovels are often more durable than model hype. Wang bet on the data layer before LLMs went mainstream. Enterprise trust and security clearances build moats, no viral consumer app required. The Meta move shows strategic exits can happen without waiting for an IPO when strategics are desperate for AI. For investors, direct scale exposure is still limited. Watch IPO headlines or play indirectly via NVDA, MSFT, Meta. For builders, find unsexy bottlenecks with recurring spend lock-in. That's the arc, MIT Dropout, Scale AI Data Infrastructure, The Youngest Billionaire Narrative, OpenAI and Pentagon Contracts, and the Meta Chief AI Officer twist. Comment who we should profile next, Dario Amodei, Demis Hassabis, or OpenAI as a company. Subscribe for more finance legends on TwoMinFinance. Education only, not investment advice.